Great play by the Navy there, fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal.
Full time in this match, thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off.
Hello and a very good evening to you from the LNER Stadium, better known perhaps to most people as Sinsel Bank, which is the home of Lincoln City Football Club for tonight's inter-services women's game between the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. Now last night a cracking match over at Shrewsbury for the men, with the Navy coming back brilliantly to win 3-1 in that opening fixture. Are we hoping for more goals tonight? Well, of course we are. Lincoln City, of course, are going so well, aren't they? They're almost unstoppable at the moment in the race for a place in the Championship. And talking of unstoppable, who can stop the Royal Air Force?
Puts it on a plate for Lucy Farrow, and that's the opening that the RAF wanted. A bit of a Macarena celebration as well for Lucy Farrow. That is a flying start for the champions. This is very strong, and that might be a penalty. It is. And she buries it at a Burt whistle. It'll fall for Georgia Allen. Maybe a chance for 2-0 here. And it's taken. Georgia Allen scores. Brogan got a touch but couldn't get anywhere near it. And the Army are in cruise control at the moment.
That's a great strike. Oh, what a goal! Ashley Mills
from the Army.
Oh,
Beaver right in front of goal.
Oh,
what a goal!
Well, what a game we saw 12 months ago here at the LNER, a 4-3 victory for the Royal Air Force against the British Army. Hopefully more goals tonight. Let's get the views now, shall we, from both camps, starting with the Royal Navy. Well, Ben, good to talk to you, and welcome to the world of senior management for Royal Navy Women's Football. Obviously a big game for the team tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every game when it comes to inter-service is massive. More importantly for us, the first one against the RAF, the defending champions. It will really test us, but I'm excited to get started.
A bit of a hill to climb, obviously. Records books not on your side in recent history against the RAF, who are obviously very strong, but you've got players out there who can make a difference.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've got a lot of experience out there. We've got a lot of young players that are coming through that will really test some of the more experienced players. Like I said earlier, I think records are there to be broken, and we're in a really good position to really push tonight.
And how important is it to be this first game, if you like, of the season?
Yeah, I think the first one, all eyes are on it. So no doubt the Army will be here watching, looking at ours and the RAF's tactics and how we've set up and what we're looking to do. But the first one's always going to be a little bit frantic, a little bit nervous. But hopefully we've got that out of the girls, and we'll just settle into our game and try and play it how we want to play it.
And a couple of goals would be nice. You haven't scored against the RF for a while.
No, absolutely. It's one thing I think that every team craves is a goal scorer, and it's something that we'll be looking to rectify tonight with some of the players we've got on the pitch and on the bench tonight.
Good luck.
Thank you, John.
Well, Cole, good to talk to you. And again, I think this is a debut for you, isn't it, as the manager of the senior women's team tonight? So, both you and Ben have, making your debuts.
That's correct. Yeah, obviously I've experienced this when it's the 23s the last couple of years, being their assistant coach. But yeah, this is my debut with the women and as head coach as well. So, exciting day for me. One I've learned a lot, but I'm looking forward to it.
Looking at the record books recently, clearly the Royal Air Force really strong. 5 successive inter-services championships. That's even including obviously the 2 years that we missed because of COVID. So you're going into this game clearly as favourites with so many of those players who've experienced success before.
We are. Obviously that adds more pressure to us because we want to carry that on. Goes without saying. And I'm lucky enough to take over that squad, and there's still a lot of that nucleus there from the previous years as well. So we've got all that experience, and we've obviously leaned in with the new players as well into that experience, and hopefully that's helped us prepare as the best we can for this fixture today.
How much of an opportunity has there been for some of those newcomers to stake a claim?
It's at the beginning of the season we set that out. It's obviously new for us. We're learning them, they're learning us, and for the new players they've got just as much chance as all the experience as well. So they've pushed the experienced players really hard for those slots.
I have to ask you, this time last year when the RAF played the Army, it was a 7-goal thriller here at the LNER. So can we expect something similar tonight?
Fingers crossed, 7 goals for, but hopefully none against. I'd like it a little bit more, not easier, but a little bit more comfortable for us. So I'm not nervous on the bench. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll see plenty of goals. It's a nice pitch, a nice facility, and it's made for us to play football on. So
go well.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
It's right across the box. It's a big chance.
Great play by the Navy there, fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal.
Full time in this match. Thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off.
Well, as you can see, of course, we did pre-record those interviews while it was still light. So the light goes pretty quickly here in these parts, in Lincolnshire. Now, of course, it is dark here at the LNER Stadium. And as you can also probably see, a bit misty around the ground tonight. But the floodlights, hopefully, will keep the fog at bay tonight. A bit of a pea super when hoping not to get here in deepest, darkest Lincolnshire this evening. Well, a very good evening to you if you've just joined us. Hearing there the two coaches, Carl Craven and Ben Princehall for the Navy and for the RAF, and your timing is absolutely impeccable because both teams now coming out onto the pitch to join us for the start of this Women's Inter-Services Championship for 2026. And, well, it's always an excitement, of course, right at the start of the championship, isn't it? And these two teams, well, there's lots of experience in both of them. The Royal Air Force will start as hot favourites. Remember, they haven't actually conceded a goal against the Royal Navy, sort of going back to 2019, believe it or not. And of course, we had those 2 years in 2020 and 2021 when we didn't have an inter-services championship for men and women because of COVID. The dignitaries just coming out and being introduced now to the two teams. Nat Bavister, the captain of the Royal Navy team, introducing Group Captain John Smith, the Royal Air Force Football Association chair, and Captain John Gordon, who's chairman of Royal Navy Football as well. They're just meeting now the two teams and just shaking hands there. Next to the officials, who are both coming from the British Army this evening, that's Staff Sergeant Brock Slinger, who is the man in the middle tonight, with Charlie Howell, Lieutenant Charlie Howell, and Luke Watson, Sergeant Luke Watson. They will be the assistant referees this evening. Handing over to Kat Beaver, who is, of course, the RAF and UCAF captain as well. She's introducing her players now as well. You may be wondering why, of course, we didn't have any interviews last night for ahead of the men's game. Well, that's quite simple because there was a delivery of the match ball by helicopter bang on 6:45 when we went live on air. And literally the time just went past us, so we didn't have time to show the pre-match interviews last night. But hopefully you got an insight from the two coaches who are obviously making their debuts as the managers tonight of their respective teams. Time now, though, to have the national anthem.
Just boosted it.
National anthem completed, and so we're just about ready to go. Let's bring in this evening who's my special guest tonight, Carl Milgate, who of course is the head coach of the UCAF women's team, but very much obviously member of the Royal Air Force. Carl, great to have you alongside tonight, and looking forward to another great game.
Evening, John. Evening, everyone. Yeah, it's a fantastic venue, isn't it? Fantastic city, an Air Force city, if we say that in blue, but a fantastic venue for a great occasion for inter-service women's football to kick off. Yeah,
it really is. Let's have a look at those two teams then, shall we? We'll start off with the visitors tonight, the Royal Navy, who are just having their photos taken, and good to see lots of experience in this Navy team. Obviously, given current circumstances, I know there are a couple of players who are not available to play for them tonight, but they've got a backbone of experience in that side, and you don't have to look much further than Nat Bavister, do you? Because she is an absolute stalwart, has been playing ever since almost Royal Navy football began, I think, Carl.
Yeah, no, a stalwart for both the Royal Navy and UK Forces, isn't she? Won trophies with us and been a stalwart for us over the years, and also missing a couple, as you say, on deployment. Unfortunately, that is the world we live in, isn't it?
Players like Sophie Perrin, right back, and Sophie Colburn as well, who's of course probably best known as a boxer in the Royal Navy as well, but lots of other experience as well. Ellie Bishop, 5 years in the Royal Navy team. Robin McFadden as well, she's been around for a couple of years. Let's take a look at the RAF team. They're just in their pre-match huddle at the moment, and obviously you know so much about both of these teams, Carl, with obviously with UCAF in mind, but the backbone of this RAF team is so much UCAF, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's grown over the years. I can remember when we first took on the women's, it was quite army heavy. Now it's very much turned into Air Force heavy in terms of numbers, but there's also five players on the pitch for the Royal Navy that have represented us as well. So there is 5 either current or have represented UCAF as well.
And just looking down that team, there's goals all over the place. Pippa Wilson seems to score for fun these days. Obviously, Kat Beaver captaining the team, and again, players like her, Jamie Lee Bamford in goal. They've got great experience, and the thing is, they are used to winning. They are used to winning at inter-services level, aren't they? You have to go back all the way back to 2016, the last time that the Royal Air Force team lost a game.
Yeah, look, winning becomes the normality, doesn't it? When I first got involved in women's service football under Perks, obviously sat downstairs, travelled all the way up from London to watch this. She can't let go. We were trying to win it back from the army at the time, and they were the winners. Their mentality was they knew how to win and to beat us up on the pitch, and that has turned. Like the Air Force are now the team that are dominating and winning, aren't they? They know how to win.
They certainly do. But it's interesting what Ben said earlier on. The records are there to be broken, and he's got players in this team who can score. Interesting, of course, the Royal Navy have not scored a goal against the Royal Air Force, I think, going back to 2019. So from their point of view, getting a goal tonight would be a real bonus. And it's they who get us underway here at the LNER Stadium. I keep wanting to say Sinsel Bank because that's the sort of what I remember so much about it. Early touch of the ball then for the RAF keeper, for Jamie Lee Bamford. Good early touch for them. That's a nice through ball. Megan Herbert getting into the game. early on. Here she is again. And Pippa Wilson taking it wide on this left-hand side. And who else but Nat Bavister making the challenge there.
Yeah, the Navy have gone with their methodology that has been for the last few years, a back three. It seems to be their chosen way to set up. Air Force in their predominant, what they followed, like 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-V variant.
Early touch then for Eilish Brogan in the Royal Navy goal tonight. Decides to clear it long field. Collected by Neem Howie. Here's Kat Beaver. Intercepted. Kate Bowden getting an early touch, but Nat Bavister already dominating things as far as the Navy's concerned. Good challenge coming in for the Navy there, making their presence felt early doors. And it's
great
important
to see Bish back on the pitch for the Navy. Ellie Bishop in central midfield there with Kate Bowden, who's also represented us. Good to see Bish back.
Yeah, she's 5 years in the Royal Navy, but I think she had an injury, hasn't she? She's been out through an injury, and so it's good to see her back. Again, so Ben was telling us earlier on, he has lost a couple of players for obvious reasons, and but these players who are out here, I know, will do a great job for the Navy tonight. And wherever you are around the world, we'd love to hear from you this evening here at the LNER Stadium, and we can give you a mention. Okay, wide onto the right-hand side then. Ashley Housey-Stott. Good challenge coming in that the Navy have it. Couldn't quite control it, could Ellie Naylor there. The second season in the Navy team. Our camera position high above the main stand here. If you suffer from vertigo, it's not the best place to be, I can tell you. Both teams just sizing each other up at the moment. Here's Neem Howie. Looks for the 1-2 with Lucy Farrow.
Another prolific scorer in inter-service football. She loves the inter-service goal, doesn't she, Lucy?
She does indeed. That ball did go out of play. And I think it was an offside, wasn't it? So it's a throw in just on that far side of the field. And a push in the back there. It will give the Navy an opportunity. Just 4 minutes played here, and still no goals between these two, sizing each other up. But it's the Navy who have the first opportunity then from this set piece. Perfect night for football. It really is. There's no wind at all. That free kick floated in and headed clear by Kat Beaver to concede the first corner of the night. So it's a good early intent from the Royal Navy here, Cole.
Yes, look, set pieces are really important, aren't they? These games over the years, you've seen games literally won by the odd goal for set pieces. So any free kick in and around the box to deliver in is hugely important, and the Air Force have to switch on here in the early moments of the game. To be fair, like they haven't actually got out the half yet.
Sophie Perrin then will take the corner kick, and it's a very good one, and it's just beaten everybody and eventually floats out. But it was a good in-swinger. And maybe that's a signal for the Navy that could be a real source for them throughout the course of the game. And set pieces, they've now had a free kick and a corner. But neither of them came to anything. Interesting, wasn't it, for Carl Craven, Carl, because he's new into this top spot. He's got a team of winners, team who are used to winning everything. He'll have his own ideas, I'm sure, about how to continue the dynasty, and it really is becoming an RAF dynasty in inter-services women's football.
Yeah, I actually just said to someone downstairs, it's not the easiest position to come into sometimes, is it? A winning team. It sounds stupid, but actually it's not. Because you do want to inbred your own ideas and put your own ideas and thoughts and opinions, etc. But like you say, the team have won in a certain way, so they have their own idea as well. So it isn't as easy as it sounds.
RAF then coming down on this right-hand side. Ball crossed in, and that's a really good save from the goalkeeper there. Erin Ellis-Brogan making the save there and stopping Georgia Carr. A real opportunity for the RAF early doors, but a cracking save, and she really did well with that save.
RAF then coming down on this right-hand side. Ball crossed in.
She missed a couple of years. She obviously commissioned and had a lot of work business going on, so it was great to see her back on the pitch. And she's been down training with Plymouth and been around the Plymouth Argyle environment as well for the last couple of season and a half.
Well, Georgia Carr then must have felt she had a lot of space there to work with, and must have thought that shot was going for that bottom corner, but great save from Eilish-Brogan. Keeps it at 0-0. A lot of space for the RAF to work in here. But Bavister cuts it out. Plays it through. She actually began her career with Navy football back in 2003, believe it or not. And she has more than 100 appearances for the Royal Navy, and she'll be the last person to leave the pitch at the end of this game.
Honestly, she to get to know her as a person and a player is one of the most brilliant things in my service career, John. Honestly, what a brilliant person, what a player to keep up at the highest level. Demanding everything from herself and her team around her all the time.
And what a motivator she is as well. You can see how she's marshalling the rest of her team. But it's the Air Force again. Cut out well by Perrin there. Natasha Perrin. 2 Perrins in the team. Sophie wearing number 2 and Natasha wearing number 4. Cross comes in. Goalkeeper comes out again, and she just about keeps inside her 18-yard box there. But the RAF just beginning to show a bit of intent here. We think they're sisters, but we're not absolutely sure. Carl's just written something in my notebook with a question mark.
Is that a first?
I don't know,
football?
And I don't even know whether they're sisters. It didn't say on the programme notes. Maybe they're keeping that one quiet. We will endeavour to find out. If you know, maybe you can let us know on our YouTube channel, Forces News YouTube channel live tonight, and also on Facebook as well. And welcome along wherever you are. When we have a break in play, we'll try and do a few mentions coming out there. And I say, wherever you are around the world, you are more than welcome to join us tonight. Great to have some military sport going on in these difficult times that we are in at the moment. We've had 9 minutes played here at the LNER Stadium, Sinsel Bank. Okay, here's Georgia Carr. First time ball going through, and it's well kept in by Pippa Wilson. Wilson has the cross. Navy failing to clear it. Eventually they get it clear, but lots of danger, lots of red flags at the moment for the Navy, with Neem Howie now still pushing forward. Ball goes into this central area. Cat Beaver. It's cut out by Nat Bavister. And here's Megan Herbert. very open in these first few minutes of the game. So, I think we're getting the answer to the question. They are sisters. And this could well be a first in military women's football. Yeah. Yeah, in military football, we think. Well, they won't be sisters in men's football, I guess, so...
Relatives. Family.
Relatives. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that the Perrin family is incredibly proud tonight. But here come the Air Force again with Pippa Wilson. Nice bit of work. Great block there from Sophie Colburn. I was down at the Royal Navy College, Britannia Royal Navy College, just a couple of weeks ago, where Sophie was organising the Royal Navy boxing tournament down there. Of course, she is a terrific boxer in her own right, but organised a magnificent tournament down there. And here she is playing football for the Navy. They're holding their own at the moment. They've had a few scares as this relentless RAF pressure starts to mount up here. Pippa Wilson goes in. Does she win the free kick? No, she's gone down. But the Air Force win the throw.
Yeah, just the last 5 minutes they've actually taken a bit more control, haven't they? It's now being played in the Navy half, showing their calmness, I think, on the ball. The front three, look, everyone knows the front three now. This front three of Pip,
well, they all know each other so well, don't they?
Yeah,
they all know each other so well. Not only from RAF, but also from inter-services, from UCAF. Clearance goes through. Navy may have to rely on success on the break if they can get the opportunities. Good work from Neem Howie there, just shielding it off. Jamie Lee Bamford comes well out of her goal. Nat Bavister trying to intercept. Navy get it wide onto this near side of the pitch. And here's Georgia Carr. Again, good defensive work then from Sophie Colburn, doing a great job at the back. She's made two very important interceptions in these last few minutes. Air Force just ramping it up here. They'll be looking for this opening goal. With just chance comes through. Great goalkeeping again from Eilish Brogan. Comes off her line and bravely collects that ball from the onrushing, marauding RAF striker. And it remains 0-0. But the chances are ramping up now for the Air Force, putting the Navy under a lot of pressure here. Gareth Evans says happy birthday. It's a birthday mention today for Dodsey, the Army kit manager. I'm sure the Army's watching, actually. Maybe all the Army team is watching somewhere, but Dodsey, happy birthday. And Lauren Jones has confirmed to us that they are sisters. So thank you very much for the confirmation. Throw-in goes to the Navy. They get a bit of a respite here, Carl, from the pressure that's been really coming their way for the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's got to be, well, obviously talking for the new manager, but yeah, it's got to be part of the game plan, isn't it? You come to home of the Air Force, what's been for the last couple of years, and you've got to disrupt their play, disrupt their game plan.
And here they come again. This light blue marauding force. That's a lovely ball through. Who's going to get there first? The ball is rolling towards the goal. It was Lucy Farrow who almost touched it in, but great defensive work from Sophie Perrin this time. That was a really great move and a fantastic ball through from Georgia Carr to find Lucy Farrow. And again, excellent defensive work from the Navy to keep that out. The goalkeeper obviously had to come, and she was beaten there for the first time. But the RAF get their first corner of this match.
Such a threat in behind, isn't she, Lucy Farrow? Like, for years now in Dublin, we saw it when she won the game for us pretty much single-handedly.
That's right, her goals were amazing, weren't they? out there in Dublin against the Irish Defence Forces. Finds its way through. Shot comes in from Pippa Wilson just outside the box, and it's turned around for another corner by Eilish Brogan. The second corner for the Air Force. The ball bobbling around all over the place, but it came out onto the edge of the box there, and it was again good goalkeeping. Eilish Brogan now made 3 important saves to keep the RAF at bay. It remains 0-0, but for how much longer? Corner comes in from this side, the near side this time. Keeper defends. You could say the Navy living a little bit dangerously. Erin Wilson was the corner taker there, the corner kick taker, but that is another foul, another free kick to the Navy, which just takes the pressure off them a little bit. As Abby Hindman just picks herself up.
Yes, something the Air Force have got to be aware of, isn't it? That's 2 cheap fouls, I think, from the centre half. I think Neve both times. You want to keep the ball in play as long as you can if you're the Air Force tonight. Cheap fouls doesn't help, does it, for the Navy to disrupt their momentum. And
this is possibly the best opportunity the Navy are going to get, is from set pieces. We've already seen them with a corner, and this is the second free kick, this time coming in from the right-hand side. Sophie Perrin's going to take it. Nicely floated. Cat Beaver heading it clear. This time the RAF win the free kick, and that was good shielding work then from Olivia Smart. Smart play from Olivia. And AS won her second season with the RAF team. Again, Abby Hayes now. Goes back to Pippa Wilson and Cat Beaver. Neve Howie. Important for the Navy to clear it, and they do. Natasha Perrin there, giving away the... This is a 4th RAF corner, isn't it now? So they're racking the corners up. Are my glasses steer me up a bit, Carl, or is the mist coming down a little bit more?
Yeah, mist is rolling in a little. Always seems to here, actually.
Yeah, we're in a bit of a hollow here, the city of Lincoln. Corner comes in. Headed off the line, though. Great clearance off the line. That shot coming in from Cat Beaver, actually, I think it was, who got the shot in, but the Navy are defending really well here, but still up against it with Lucy Farrow. And already Air Force building once more. Here's Pippa Wilson. She's taking a more sort of deeper role, actually, and allowing Abby Hayes to push forward. Offside goes up.
Yeah, a lot of rotation out wide. Ash Housey Stott as well over the other side was basically they're creating a bit of a 5 on the back line there with the front 3 plus the fullbacks. Both of them pushing up there. It's like you say, a bit of rotation out wide, causing maybe havoc for the back line and creating the Navy to literally defend as a back 5 as well.
Just looking at the benches as well, there's a lot of new faces, I think, in the Navy bench tonight, but a lot of experience on that RAF bench. I need to look at Shauna Jenkins, who is a match winner in her own right, isn't she, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to.
Champing at the bit to come on.
We don't have to introduce Shauna, do we, to service football anymore? I think she's carrying a bit of a knock. Maybe the reason she's on the bench, but also look, it's great to see Rachel Rutherford back involved as well. Rutherford's got a lot of service football experience. She knows how to win the tournament. She's a good player. She brings a lot to the group.
Yeah, Rachel had a serious injury, didn't she, a few years ago, and was the manager for a couple of seasons, I think, for the RAF, before she's now back in the fold playing again.
She did, yeah. She come and done the same job for us out in Holland, in the Netherlands last year.
Yes, I remember Rach, because I picked her up from the airport. I seem to remember, because she got stuck on a different flight, and I happened to be arriving at the same time, I think,
but
at
again,
Schiphol.
you see out there, like, you know, her love, passion for winning service football. You know, she absolutely loved being around the group, and obviously took great pride in just being part of it. So she'll be really chomping at the bit to get on tonight.
Well, the starting 11 are really putting the pressure on the Navy, but all credit to the Royal Navy so far for holding out. Great goalkeeping from Eilish Brogan. We expected her to be one of the star players for the senior service tonight in her 6th season with Royal Navy football, and she's already made a string of great saves to keep the Air Force at bay as they push forward again, looking for this opening goal. Clearance in the end from Sophie Colburn. You keep an eye on some of these messages as well, Carl. So your eyesight's probably better than mine, actually. But Air Force once again looking for an opportunity. A long shot coming from about 40 yards out there from Niamh Howie, which doesn't trouble the Navy goalkeeper.
Just a shout out from someone from RFA Tide Spring in Norway.
In Norway, yeah, from Scythe OW. Good evening to you. And Cycle Scuba, I'm a Sapper veteran, so just enjoying the game as a neutral. I think the RAF are the more likely to score first, though. I think we probably agree with you on that, but don't write this Navy team off, because there's a lot of spirit, and they're working really hard so far to keep the Air Force at bay. And it's always difficult, isn't it, Carl, when you're having to work so hard when you're not on the ball. You have to maybe put twice as much effort in.
Yeah, physically and mentally, it literally shatters you. That was the first year I got involved with Perks and Macca with the Air Force team, and we had to do similar to the Army team that were dominant at the time, spend a lot of the time without the ball, and it does it physically and mentally tires you.
Pippa Wilson, that's a rather a hopeful ball into the box. I mean, she was searching there for Lucy Farrow. It was a good idea, and she was well supplied there by Georgia Carr as well. Air Force have it again with Erin Wilson. Finds Lucy Farrow. But all credit to the Navy. They're really just restricting the Air Force at the moment to these longer shots from outside the box. Cat Beaver. Nice work from Lucy Farrow before she's brought to the ground by Sophie Colburn. And referee Broxlinger just having a quick word with her. Don't need any of her boxing skills on show on the football pitch, do we?
It's not the first one either. Katie Elwood at the Army is a very decent boxer as well, I'm told.
That's right, yeah. In fact, I know that one of the, I think it's Olivia Trahuya, who's on the bench for the Navy, is a Royal Navy golfer as well. So there's multi-skilled sports stars amongst both of these teams tonight. Ball bobbling around inside the box. Cat Beaver lays it back, looking for Olivia Smart, but the Navy defend it again. I think they were expecting they'd have a big defensive job to do tonight, and so far Ben Prince will be delighted with the way that his team are defending, and they bring it forward now. Rare opportunity for them to break into the RAF half. And here's Abby Hindman. Loses out though. This is good, strong, challenging football that we're seeing from both of these teams. Just need a bit of composure on the ball, which the Air Force hoping to happen. Georgia Ashana Jenkins going in there, and here's Pippa Wilson. Beats one, goes to ground, fouled by Ellie Bishop. So that'll be another free kick. It's getting a bit feisty out there.
Pip in trouble again. That's 2 or 3 times she's been cynically fouled, professionally fouled. She always finds herself in the thick of either giving out a tackle or receiving a tackle, Pip.
Rosie McDonald-Macker says, solid bits of defending and goalkeeping so far. Come on, the Wrens. Keep those messages coming for us. Love to hear from you wherever you are around the world tonight. Intelligent free kick. Puts in Olivia Smart. Gets the cross in. Chance for the RAF to take the lead, but the shot is blocked. Georgia Carr's shot is blocked. Again, really well defended by the Royal Navy here, putting everyone back to assist. And I suppose that you could say that RAF maybe just getting a little bit frustrated here that they've not been able to find a way through, despite their overwhelming pressure that they've been putting on so far. Erin Wilson, through ball, back to the goalkeeper. Nice play then from Kate Bowden. But the onslaught will continue.
Probably the 3rd very good block in your own box now, isn't it, from the Navy?
Herbert gets the cross. Only half dealt with by the Navy. Comes back out again. Pippa Wilson will pick this one up on this left-hand side. Looking for some support. Just goes in field. Decides to go for the shot. Takes a quick deflection. And safely into the hands of Eilish Brogan. Well, 0-0 here. We've been playing 27.5 minutes of this first half. Still to break the deadlock.
No, they're very well set up, aren't they? Like, say, 2 new managers. Like, say, Ben for the Navy, obviously, has got these structured well, and they are doing a good job at the moment in terms of their shape and discipline.
I think he'll probably be the happier of the 2 managers at the moment, Carl, because he's obviously set his team up to. They knew they were going to have to defend, but it's non-stop pressure, and it must be a little bit frustrating for Carl and his RAF team on the bench there. But a goal can change things very, very quickly. And to be fair, the RAF looking very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, look, you want to go. You want to get in the lead, don't you, as early as you can if you're the winners, the current holders. But I think this Air Force team are intelligent enough in terms of understanding the tournament that you don't have to win the tournament or win the game in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. If it takes till 80 minutes, I think they'll be disciplined enough to, maintain that focus.
That's nice play down that right-hand side from Lucy Farrow, but she's just overshot it slightly. Goes out of play. Come on, the Navy, says Bren Craig, my friend's daughter in the Navy. Don't know how I came across this game, but I'm really enjoying it. Go and tell your friends. Go and tell your friends, Bren. This is a great game. It's good to see military football, military sport going on at the moment, and we're delighted to be bringing it to you here on our Forces News YouTube channel tonight. And definitely the fog is just coming down a little bit more here.
It's not your glasses,
It's not
John.
my glasses steaming up. Okay, here's Pippa Wilson. Beats off
Here's
one
a
challenge. Chance comes now for Lucy Farrow into the box. All teed up once again for Olivia Smart, but she can't get the shot in. We'll try once more. Goes outside to Abby Hayes. Goalkeeper doesn't make it, and this time it has gone in, and it was Abby Hayes who got the goal. Well, you have to say, Carl, this goal has been coming.
The unlikeliest of scorers, but well done, Abby. Look, she gets it on target, to be fair. Eilish is probably not going to be happy with that. She gets hands to it, and I think it actually slipped through her hands.
Yeah, it slipped through her hands. You can see from the replay that. But the RAF won't be bothered about that. 30 minutes played, and the deadlock is finally broken here at the LNER Stadium. The Royal Air Force taking the lead 1-0. It was really well worked move, to be honest, by the RAF, playing the ball across the box. Abby, lots of space, just timed it really well. But yeah, you're quite right, Carl. I'm sure that Eilish, who's had a blemish-free game so far, will be not happy with that. It just slipped through her fingertips and rolled over the line. So half an hour gone here. The deadlock is broken. The RAF have a lead, which I think we have to say they deserve for the pressure that they've put on the Navy so far.
Yeah, it was a good move, although it was a bit of a transition from sort of inside the middle of the pitch from the Navy, trying to counter straight into Georgie Carr. Georgie Carr doing what Georgie Carr does, set to someone else. Pip plays through to Abby, who's overlapped quite a few times down here on the left, but she was quite sort of in that half space then, and yeah, fair play to Abby, like fullback getting forward.
Absolutely. So just a few limbering ups being done now by some of the Navy bench to keep themselves warmed up. Nat Bavister will take this throw in for, just pass the ball over for the RAF as Abby Hayes, the goal scorer, set to take this throw in down in front of our camera position here in the main stand at Sinsel-Bank. Well cleared by Kate Bowden, just looking to find Abby Hindman, but it's cleared up by the RAF defence. And here's Kat Beaver. The through ball is cut out, but RAF have it now again with Erin Wilson, who's looked really tight as well for them in that central midfield role. Lovely work again from Lucy Farrow, gets the cross in, but Navy defence on it. May 1.
These next 5 minutes, I've said this to you before, John, I truly believe this in these inter-service games, that 5 minutes after conceding or scoring are hugely important. The Navy now have to stay in the game and keep this 1-0 now, for just settle your head, settle your minds, and then get to half-time.
Well, if you were watching the Blokes last night, that absolutely is true, because the RAF, of course, they went in with a 1-0 lead at half-time. The Navy came out, equalised, and almost immediately took the lead in exactly the way you're suggesting.
I think it was close to 12 minutes from goal 1 to 3 for the Navy.
Yeah. So scoring 3 goals in 12 minutes, but they certainly got the second within a couple of moments, didn't they, of equalising. But what can the Navy do here? They just need to try and have some period of possession. I think they're just losing out at the moment. And here's a very confident young lady in Erin Hayes again. Maybe she's going to try another shot. Cross comes in, and the Navy not clearing it, but eventually they do get it clear, and it's Natasha Perrin who clears up the damage, but only to give away another corner. That's the 5th corner for the Air Force in this first half, as they threaten a second goal here. And as you say, a second goal just before half time will be very, very difficult for the Navy to come back from. So Erin Wilson then raising both her hands in the air. It's an in-swinger. Oh my goodness me, that was so close to a second goal. Some of the
nearly
quality,
Abby's second goal.
Yeah, the quality of the set pieces has been terrific, hasn't it, tonight, certainly from the Air Force. These in-swinging corners are causing all sorts of difficulties. So nearly a second goal there. If you're just joining us live here on our Forces News YouTube channel, live military football, live Forces football tonight from the Inter-Services Championship. It's the Royal Air Force in light blue, home to the Royal Navy here in Air Force County, of course, Lincolnshire. And wherever you go, there's signs of the RAF in action. We got here this afternoon. Red Arrows were practicing. Of course, their base is up the road now at RAF Waddington. And If you drive up the A46, you'll see the wonderful new tribute to the Dam Busters, to the Lancaster, with that wonderful Lancaster sculpture, which rivals the Angel of the North, in my opinion.
Actually did look incredible. Really lovely bright day, wasn't it, over the landscape today, and it was lovely to see on the right hand side as you drive up the dual carriageway. Really nice monument.
It does. I'm a bit biased because I don't live too far away from here, but this seems the right place for an RAF fixture here in Lincoln, and Lincoln City, of course, who are going so well at the moment in League One, look almost dead certs for promotion to the Championship. So they're going well here, are the Red Imps, and so far the Royal Air Force going pretty well too, leading here by 1-0 in this opening women's fixture in the Inter-Services Championship. They've got a chance now to break on this left-hand side once more, and this is Pippa Wilson. Endless energy that she's got, takes on the defence, gets a cross in, ball comes back, and it's cleared by the Navy in the end. Nat Bavister. Navy just really struggling at the moment to get any sort of control on the ball, but they are defending pretty well. They've suffered a relentless onslaught really from the Air Force in this first half, but it's only 1-0. From our vantage position here, you can really see the quality of the football that they're playing, can't you, Cole?
Yeah, look, we've said this over the years, myself, you, Kyle, Kath, the growth of the women's game in service and obviously in Civilian Street. You know, it's incredible. We could list the amount of civilian teams that are being represented on the pitch as well. You know, from MK Dons with Jamie Lee Bamford in goal, Plymouth Argyle at the other end with Eilish, Wycombe Wanderers with Cat Beaver at the back. You go through the team and there's countless amounts of you know, decent tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 women's teams that are being represented on the pitch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And obviously when it comes to representative football and UCAF, you are, I was going to say, the undisputed champions of Europe at the moment, having beaten the Dutch, the Irish and the Germans, of course, but now you've got a really exciting prospect of playing the French as well. I don't want to build it up too much, Carl, but you know, beat the French next month, and you would be the undisputed champions of women's military football in Europe, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a nice thing to think about, John Spinners, but where it's gone. Do you know what I mean? But the group, the 30 plus 35 players that we use are all part of that from my first day to current day. And yeah, look, it's Lucy's in.
A chance now for Lucy Farrow, and she's won it on the edge of the goal line. There, it comes back to Pippa Wilson, gets the shot in, takes a deflection, and that was a really important deflection there off Sophie Perrin in the end. Goes out for yet another corner to the RAF. It's their 6th corner of this first half.
They've just got to, again, defend in the box, and like you say, you go a goal down and mentally you suddenly feel like you've run probably double to what you've run when you haven't had the ball, don't you? They've got to just keep defending this box with their lives, the Navy. You'll get a chance, won't you? You'll always create a chance. It's sport, it's football, it happens. So just not hang in there, but defend the box as you should, and then take the moments when you can, try and pick them off.
Well, just over 5 minutes left in this first half for the Navy to hold out and see if they can survive this non-stop pressure.
Abby Hayes feeling too confident, maybe going for.
Yeah. What price on a not that we're betting people, of course, or what price on a hat-trick for Abby Hayes tonight?
But yeah, going back to that, John, look, I promised a group back in Belfast when we played the Irish Defence Forces over there. I said, the group deserve to go against the best in the world, I said. And look, we've got the best in Europe now because they've come runners-up in the Season World Championships. They've won it about 5 years ago. They've come runners-up after that. They beat the likes of Cameroon.
Wilson. Cleared again by the Navy. Claims for handball. Upheld by the referee. Handball there against Robin McFadden.
It's not about being the best, it's about testing yourself against the best, and that's what we do. So delighted to get the fixture. To add that to the UCAF women's calendar is, as you said, incredible. Brilliant to then bring that on board. April the 15th in Bracknell.
It's the day, I think, before England play their World Cup, their qualifier.
It is,
at
yes.
Wembley.
Yes.
Yep. So if you're heading down to watch the England women's team, why don't you come down to Bracknell Town FC and watch the UCAF players against the French? It will be a terrific game. Nice free kick going in, and it's gone into the net.
Another fullback.
And that is another fullback who scored this time. Erin Wilson with the free kick. It took a header.
Ashley Housey-Stott.
Well, Ashley Housey-Stott got the header on it, and it beat everybody, and it's 2-0 to the RAF.
It doesn't matter how they come. The unlikeliest of 2 goal scorers on the pitch, considering the front three. But great flick. Was it a flick on or headed towards goal? Ash will tell me afterwards that she was heading for goal, but I think that's a flick on maybe, and look, you flick it towards goal and see what happens, don't you? Fair play to Ash.
Well, it was a really fearsome free kick, and it just found its way through, beat everybody. Great bit of anticipation then from the right back to make it 2-0. Well, goodness me. Well, that second goal that, from the Navy's point of view, that the Navy feared, has happened.
It was actually, it was a good delivery by her in there, put in a really dangerous area where Ardish was a little bit stuck in terms of do you come, do you not. Maybe the defenders need to do better there, maybe.
Well, Erin Wilson has looked really good from set pieces, from corner kicks, and that free kick has just sort of summed it up, really. And that second goal, it's going to make it very difficult for the Navy to get back into this now. It's a damage limitation, perhaps, for them. Sheila Hurrell says, "Well done, Erin. Proud of you. Love you, Nan. Love you, Nan." And it's great that people are watching and enjoying. Members of the families of the players and friends, and those of you who are otherwise based at the moment, we're thinking about you today. And here come the Air Force once more. Here's Kat Beaver. Good interception from the Navy, but charge through from Abby Hayes, looking very, very confident coming in from that left-hand side. Here she is again, picks it up, but Navy have it. Just that the Air Force just seem like half a yard quicker at the moment, and who can blame them? They're 2-0 up and really enjoying themselves. Cat Beaver again. Nice through ball, nicely worked. Pippa Wilson just trying to put Ashley Housey-Stott through again, and she will win the throw.
I did actually see her daughter downstairs, Ashley Housey-Stott's daughter, here with her family. To be fair, they're back from Cyprus for the inter-services, and so what a lovely moment for her daughter to see a goal.
Absolutely, absolutely right. 2-0 the RAF leading then as we head towards half-time here. We're towards the end of this first half, just into the last few seconds. And I don't recall too much stoppage time. The Navy will be glad, I'm sure, to have a bit of time in the sheds just to maybe rethink things out. They've been absolutely under the cosh here. To be fair, the RAF could be 3 or 4 up, but it's 2-0. And they're well worth that lead. The defending champions looking for a 6th successive inter-services title. And this is, for them, is a perfect start under their new manager, Carl Craven. But we are only halfway through this game. Things can change. The Navy will certainly be hoping that that is the case, so they can get a goal back. Pippa Wilson beats off one challenge. Lays it across onto that right-hand side. That won't pose any problems
And you're right, they will have to regroup because ultimately the tournament, it's a tournament like no other, isn't it? If
you can't afford to lose that first game, can you?
You can't. Obviously, it puts you up against it, but that's why not so much damage limitation, but look, you have to now try and get what you can from this game, and if that means goal difference as a minimum, then it's goal difference, isn't it? Because you can still beat the Army and then have a chance.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, looking down the records, the RAF did actually lose a championship on goal difference. And referee Brock Slinger brings an end to the first half here at the LNER Stadium. A very, very satisfactory first half if you support the team wearing light blue tonight, the Royal Air Force. 2-0 in front at half-time. Both teams coming off. And two really good goals, Carl, which we have to say that the RAF well deserved. Abby Hayes getting the first one. She certainly took it extremely well. Just inside that left-hand side, coming through to score, but a disappointment obviously for the Navy goalkeeper Eilish Brogan. The second goal then a free kick on this, again coming through from this left-hand side, smashed in by Erin Wilson, and the first person there was Ashley Housey-Slot, who beat everybody to nod the ball past the goalkeeper and the our Royal Navy defence to make it 2-0 at half-time to the RAF. And I think, Carl, fair to say that the RAF are well worth this half-time lead.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I'll remain unbiased, but I think they are, at the moment, the better team, controlling the game. Two just unfortunate scenarios, isn't it, in the box? Obviously, Ash with the flick on that goes over, but Eilish and the Navy will be disappointed with that first one because they've defended the box well, to be fair, blocking, putting their bodies on the line, and she's done well in goal. Eilish is a good keeper, and she's done well so far, but she that will hurt her, that one, because you can see it slipped. She's got hands to it and she's done well, but yeah, that just slips through, and look, the first one is the important one, isn't it?
Well, there we are. Thanks a lot, Carl, and obviously we're looking forward to hearing your comments in the second half here at the LNER Stadium. But we've got a game from last night to look back on now during this half-time break, and it was a fascinating battle between the RAF and Royal Navy men's teams. So many of those players, of course, UCAF players up against each other, and it certainly produced plenty of goals. Let's join our commentator now, Kyle Dixon.
It's right across the box, it's a big chance.
Great play by the Navy there, fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal.
Full time in this match, thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off.
Navy probing to try and create this first real opportunity of the game. That's a good flick. And now there's a chance for Hurd into the penalty area. Gaz Hurd, and a ball across, and a chance for the Navy. Good save by Matt Laycock. It's actually gone low and bounced across, and has it gone in? It still hasn't. Whoa. All eyes on the referee. He looks to his linesman. There's not going to be a goal somehow. Here's Randall, keeps hold of it, away from Vincent. Campbell looking to make space in the penalty area, but Randall will go for goal. It's bounced, and McCormick just for a second lost control of it. Joe Spalding is intercepted well there though. Holmes just caught in his heels. Goddard looking for Campbell, who's pulled away to the left. And Campbell into the penalty area, great ball, and it's a lovely RAF goal.
I thought it was offside, great goal.
Brilliant stuff. Goddard on the end of it with a diving header. Phil Bright jumping in celebration. That was excellent from the RAF.
Yeah, really good goal.
Anything from Holmes towards that 6-yard box could do damage. In it goes. And the header.
Oh, it's just wide, unlucky.
It is just wide. It was Gaz Hurd. He picked himself up to win the header.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Excellent, and a chance now for the RAF, and the shot from range is not what Reece Harbottle was looking for. Spalding down the line for Goddard to chase, and Drysdale's got a bit of a problem here, and the two Navy, well, the keeper and the defender got in each other's way, and McCormick does enough.
It's not pretty, but he's done his job.
The Navy bring it forward. Holmes gets it back, Elliot Holmes. Good ball into the penalty area, and the header.
It's in.
And he's off the line, is it? It's going to be a goal.
Yeah, it isn't. It was in.
Laycock did everything he could to keep it out, but Ollie Ward equalises for the Royal Navy. Ollie Ward looking to make something happen. He's got the confidence after the goal. Can he return the favour for Holmes?
Oh, he's there again, isn't he? He's there again.
Elliot Holmes at Shrewsbury for the Royal Navy against this RAF team. It's the same old story, and the Navy have turned it right around. The RAF, well, they've capitulated on home turf. Here's Elliot Holmes driving into the penalty area for the Navy. Elliot Holmes, great save.
He's done well, Dan. What a save that was, because that was game over.
Josh Randall into the penalty area, just asking a bit too much. Chance for Harbottle. The Navy then looking to win it. Powell. Drysdale.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Going over.
Brilliant from the Navy in this second half. They've deserved every goal they've got.
Yeah, they have.
And the experienced Mark Drysdale puts the icing on the cake. Have they got one last counter-attack in them? Phil Bright chasing back, the Navy running down the clock.
Great fitness.
And a Navy win in Shrewsbury. Arms up in the air from the Royal Navy bench. That means a hell of a lot, as it should. If you're going to win the Inter-Services Championship, you need to make a solid start. And the Royal Navy have done just that. A 3-1 win, a brilliant, brilliant second half. Elliot Holmes at the heart of it. One trophy down. Effectively, they won 3 this year. One for beating the RAF, one for beating the Army, and the overall Inter-Services trophy. One down for the Royal Navy. Danny Kerr gets his hands on it.
It's brilliant from Sean Woolley. It's a brilliant goal from the number 11.
That is sensational. It gets the crowd going wild.
And that feels like a huge moment in this game.
An impressive victory.
It's right across the box. It's a big chance.
Great play by the Navy there. Fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal. This Inter-Services Championship is about to take another twist.
Full time in this match. Thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off. The Army are Inter-Services champions in 2025.
Hi, I'm Kyle Dixon, and this is In Case You Missed It. In run-scoring form in South Africa, the Navy men's and women's cricket teams have won some key games on their tour of the country. Ben Johnston's incredible score of 105 runs from 105 balls was the highlight, while a 10-wicket victory saw the Navy's women's players impress in Cape Town. Stepping away at the very top, the British Army Under-23s football team will be looking for a new head coach after Keith Emerson announced he will be leaving the role. He departs after the Army won consecutive Inter-Services titles at the Under-23s level, and he leaves the military as one of the UK Armed Forces' best footballers ever. A Six Nations debut. RAF Rugby Union official Rebecca Piddleston will add more big match experience to her career when she makes her first appearance as a Six Nations official in April. She's been picked as an assistant referee for the Ireland v Italy, France v Ireland and Wales v Italy matches. Heading on a Fijian tour, the British Army men's and women's volleyball teams are heading to Fiji for a busy tour of the island. Matches against local sides have been arranged, as well as an eye-catching inter-services style tournament against the Fijian service teams. Many of the Army's players have Fijian roots, so the location is a fitting place for the tour to take place. Testing themselves against the best, the UK Armed Forces women's football team will take on the French Armed Forces for the first time ever. A high-profile match has been announced for April the 15th at the SB Stadium in Sandhurst.
Most of Victor's decoys can be deployed and inflated in minutes, minimising the time personnel are exposed.
Could this be the future of firearms training? Forces News has been given a first look at this new bit of kit. It's being described as a game changer.
Fighting in this climate adds new variables to combat situations.
If you stand up in that environment and you don't have protective gear on, you'll die.
This has led to the UK's first military-backed drone degree.
We have got so many lessons from Ukraine. What we need to do is start integrate those lessons into our Army, Navy and Air Force.
There's an ongoing battle for supremacy in the Atlantic.
Defending the Atlantic Bastion is exceptionally difficult.
British company Wind Racers has allowed us into their new production facility where the unmanned aircraft system is put together.
So this is the Wind Racers Ultra Mark II.
Is he expecting an impact?
Pilots might decide to adopt the brace position as shown. If for any reason the door is blocked, he can then eject the window.
It's right across the box, there's a big chance.
Great play by the Navy there, fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal.
Full time in this match, thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off.
Welcome back to the LNER Stadium here in Lincoln, the heart of the city of Lincoln, in the Poachers County. Lincoln City FC is obviously the team who are doing so well in League One at the moment. But tonight we're here for Inter-Services Women's Football. The Royal Air Force have made this their home game in the 2026 Inter-Services Championship. And at half-time they lead by 2-0 against the Royal Navy. Abby Hayes and Ashley Halley-Stott scoring the goals. Unlikely to have two fullbacks on the score sheet, but that's the way it's looked. And they had numerous chances to increase that lead. In fact, up until the half hour, it was a 0-0. But we're looking forward, obviously, to the second half of this game. And I should also point out, actually, that every game in the Inter-Services has a trophy that is being competed for. And tonight is the Lindsay Miller Trophy. Now, this is a very important trophy as far as service women's football is concerned. It's 10 years since Lindsay Miller died in January 2016, losing her battle with cancer. The former RAF secretary, affectionately known by everyone as Big Bird, a big tall lady that she was. She worked for many years obviously with the team, also in survival equipment as well, in the Royal Air Force, and she is much missed. 10 years has gone by. It's the 10th anniversary since we lost her, and so tonight the Lindsay Miller Trophy is being presented. In fact, her family is here this evening in Lincoln to present that trophy to the winning team in this Royal Air Force versus Royal Navy game. So it'll be a very special moment later on when that trophy is presented, marking the 10th anniversary of the loss of a very much loved member of the military football community, Lindsay Miller. And so that's happening obviously at the end of the game tonight there. So there will be a trophy presentation, which of course we will stay on for here in our live coverage from the LNER Stadium tonight. Should also mention as well to you that the in-services netball competition well underway, of course, up there at RAF Cosford in Shropshire. Earlier on today we had the first match with the defending champions, the British Army, beating the Navy by 48 points to 29, and in what was a really good contest there in that opening game. Tomorrow we have the second match in the series, when the RAF will take to the stage to take on the Royal Navy. Coverage beginning live here on our Forces News channel at 2:45, with the match starting at 3 o'clock. So if you're into military netball, then please join us for that as well. And it's really important that military sport is able to continue at this difficult time at the moment for everybody. And we're delighted to be able to bring it to you. few mentions maybe I can mention. Get in Kate Belden and Nat Bavister. Nat Bavs must be well over 100 caps by now. Hall of Fame for spot is inbound, is a question mark there from Matthew Foster, definitely. But Nat is obviously taking to the field now, wearing number 7 for the Royal Navy tonight, and she's an absolute stalwart, isn't she, in the team. It's 2003 when she first made her appearance for the Royal Navy, going back all the way to 2003. It's a remarkable record that she's had. The RAF are out onto the pitch first, limbering up and ready to go to try and extend that lead that they have already had from the first half. But they're looking very hungry for more, and who's to say that they won't increase that lead. But important for the Royal Navy, of course, if they can, to get a goal back. They haven't scored in inter-services football against the RAF since 2019, believe it or not. So even if they were to score a goal tonight, that would be a real step forward for them. But knowing Ben Prince Hall, having spoken to him earlier, their brand new manager, he'll be really keen to make sure that they can get back into this game as quickly as possible. The first player out on the pitch for the Royal Navy is their left fullback, Sophie Colburn, in her second season with the Navy. She's out there on the pitch already, doing her limbering up, her warming up exercises, and being the boxer that she is, that's probably no surprise at all. And we are obviously expecting more goals in this second half, and Carl just joining me back on commentary now, and we're obviously looking forward again to this second 45 minutes. And I think that's your tea there, Carl. Okay. So we. What do you think in terms of? Actually, I'll just let you. Actually, it's my cup of tea. Yeah, he's brought me a cup of tea, which is fabulous. You don't get many co-commentators doing that, I'll tell you. So, so Carl, a very satisfactory first half, obviously, for the RAF, and they will want to push on in the second 45 minutes, won't they?
Yeah, they will. To pinch a line of our head coach from Newcastle, Macca, he hates 2-0 at half-time, because it is in the balance still, isn't it? One changes it. It's a throwaway comment, but one does change it. But they will look to come and dominate now, won't they? They'll look to come and dominate. And look, they don't... Goal difference is goal difference, yep. But just win the game.
You mentioned that before, goal difference so important. It could be against an improving Army team. Of course, I know that the Army will be watching tonight to see if there's any chinks in this RAF armour as the second half gets underway now here at the LNER Stadium. Good evening to Kempi, who is watching this evening. No doubt she's making a few notes as well from an Army perspective too. So good evening to all of you, wherever you are around the world tonight, watching our live coverage here from the LNER Stadium, home of Lincoln City. Royal Navy in their white shirts, the RAF, of course, in their all light blue. Pippa Wilson straight away in possession. She's switched over onto this right-hand side, trying to put Georgia Carr clear. We're just looking to see if there's been any changes at half-time. I can't see any changes in personnel, but if we pick them out, of course, we will tell you who is on and off. We don't have a fourth official this evening, so we don't have a board to be able to tell you. Here's Nat Bavister. Nice through ball, bit of a chase on. Well done to Cat Beaver there. She just got in between the two marauding strikers. But Ellie Naylor there, getting an early touch in this second half.
It looks like the Navy have changed slightly, John. Liv, as you say, Liv Trefuela, is it? Looks like she may have come on. Right wing back, Babs is over this side. I'm just trying to see whether it looks like they've changed a bit of shape, to be honest, as well.
Well, obviously he's had to do something as Ben Prince Hall, just to try and stem the flow and literally to give the Navy a little bit more possession, because they have missed out on possession. They dominated really by the Air Force in that first half, and they look pretty strong in this second half as well. That ball going harmlessly out of play. So we will just a bit of a trudge across for Eilish Brogan to go and collect that ball.
It looks as if the Navy might have, they've kept the three at the back, they've got the two wing backs still, but they maybe have put Baz is quite central at the moment, so it looks like they've potentially gone to something that looks like a box midfield maybe, to try and maybe dominate and get some control in the middle of the midfield against the Air Force three in there, obviously being Meg Herbert, Liv Smart and Erin.
Good shielding of the ball there from Kate Bowden. Gets it back again, but it's lost to the Air Force. And here's Pippa Wilson on the edge of the box. Strong challenge going in from the
corner.
Yeah, from Sophie Colburn. I think Pippa Wilson hoping that she was going to get rather more than a corner out of that. But this is the first corner of the second half. I'm going over to take it. She's been all right. Nights has been Erin Wilson, very successfully so far. So the first corner then of this second period of the game. Header comes in, but that's no danger at all for the Navy. That header from Ashley Housley-Stott, who scored the second goal. Great header for her right at the end of the first half to put the Air Force in a commanding position here. Referee allows play to go on. The Navy can't make anything out of it. Robin McFadden there trying to release strikers, but didn't work. Here's Pippa Wilson. Beats off a challenger for Ellie Naylor. Still going, and this time she goes down. And this time she will win the free kick. And Sophie Colburn, who has already been having a few words from the referee, I think is going to go into the book and be the first player to receive a yellow card tonight. I think it's probably been coming, Carl, hasn't it?
She's she's a ferocious character, isn't she? She definitely competes. Obviously doesn't mind a tackle. Obviously physical due to her other sport that she plays. But I think she's had a good first half, to be honest.
She has. She's a very tough customer to come up against. PTI, based down at the Britannia Royal Naval College, down at Dartmouth. Pippa still down and still receiving some attention. Not an unfamiliar place for her with her pace. She does tend to get in the walls a bit, doesn't she?
On the floor again, Pip. As I said, she's either putting in tackles and putting people on the floor, or receiving tackles and being on the floor herself. It's very much Pip. She gets in the thick of it.
Get knocked down, she gets back up again, which she has done now. Alex Perrin shouting on our YouTube, come on the Navy. Still some support, lots of support coming out. Nadina Green says, quality tackle, Sophie, get stuck in. Free kick comes in, goalkeeper fumbles it a little bit. It's gone over the bar, but it has gone for a goal kick. I thought that took a deflection there, Carl, but referee says no.
Did look like it. We can double check. There's a better line from the Navy there in terms of defending that free kick. The one that Ash actually scored from, I didn't notice until I re-saw it, but they were probably quite deep actually, and probably ended up getting in Eilish's way to come and collect it. So that one there, they were a bit higher there, and it gave Eilish the space to actually, come and deal with it, although she slightly fumbled it. But yeah, it gave her at least a space to come and try and deal with it or collect it.
So 52 minutes gone here, and it remains 2-0 to the RAF in this inter-services game. Nice work then from Megan Herbert, tidying up the damage. Here's Kat Beaver. Nice ball from her to Ashley Howley-Scott, who loses out though. The Navy, now, they have a chance here. Nat Bavister out to Naylor, but that slips out of play. RAF have the throw, opportunity lost.
Yeah, they'll be looking for control, won't they? Look, they're slowing build up now, being patient, but they will want to get the third, I think, at some point. I think they'll be confident in themselves to do so, but they will want to, just to probably put it to bed, because look, we saw here last year, didn't we, the Army game where the Army got a goal that brought it back, and then suddenly it was pretty much game on, wasn't it, with minutes to go.
Well, it was, yeah. I mean, it was a 4-3 thriller. And the Army, the RAF were 3-0 up at one stage, weren't they? I think, and
yeah, literally cruising, to a degree. And then one goal, as we say, one goal changed it, and suddenly they were hunting them down for the last 5 minutes. And I think there was I'm sure there was a penalty shout late on as well.
There was, well, it was 4-2, I think, wasn't it? And then the Army got a penalty literally right at the end of the game, and they won it 4-3 in the end. But yeah, it could have gone either way, I think, that match, and that could have changed the course of the Inter-Services Championship. The RAF obviously winning the title, but it was pretty close. Anyway, the RAF then have the throw on this near side of the field. Nice work from Georgia Carr there, just collecting, and she'll get the cross in. Goalkeeper did well there, Eilish Brogan in the end. Thought it was just going to go over her head. She's not the tallest of people, is she? It's Navy containing the Air Force so far in this second half. But the threat still coming from those players in light blue shirts. That was good work on that far side of the field there from the Navy, from Kate Bowden. Again, another stalwart of Royal Navy football. 10 years she's been involved with the senior service at inter-services level. Started back in 2016 and done extremely well, but Navy just looking to try and get something together here. That's a nice move on this right hand side, and here's Kate Bowden again, who's just offside. So the Air Force defence just doing what it had to do there. Not really been that stretched in this game so far. The RAF bringing it forward once more with Neem Howie. And Sophie Colburn clears up the damage.
Not being stretched, as you say, John, but again, it's just they've just got to stay in the game, haven't they? Stay in the game, try and create one chance, the Navy, and then suddenly you're back in it. Then you test the nerve of the Air Force.
Well, we did say in the first half, really, that it's set pieces that are the key to success, perhaps, for the Navy. They had 2 or 3 opportunities in that first half when it was 0-0, which they didn't really get a chance to threaten the RAF goal. Jamie Lee Bamford's had a very quiet night so far, and she'll clearly be hoping that it stays that way. Navy struggling to clear the lines. Eventually they do. Now what can they do here? Nat Bavister just trying to work her way through. And the ball does come through onto this right-hand side to Ellie Naylor. But great defending, good defensive work then from Niamh Howie, who actually I think will win a free kick there. It seemed a bit of a late challenge coming through from Ellie Naylor. And in fact, she's going to go into the referee's notebook as well. So that's a second yellow card for the Royal Navy tonight. Shown that card by Brock Slinger, referee. Playing out from the back of the RAF with Cat Beaver. Eventually the challenge from Ellie Bishop takes that ball out of play, and so the RAF with a chance then to create something on that far side of the field. It's all got a bit untidy at these last few minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say, maybe do you get stuck in the mind of, do we go for it and go for blood? You know what I mean? Go for the, you know, whitewash and put goals in, or do we just keep it and control it? I think they may be stuck in that. Do we slow it up? Do we speed it up? Has to be direction, doesn't there, and clarity in what we're trying to go after.
Well, the decision has to come from the bench, really, from Carl Craven on that. I'm sure he'll want more goals, actually, Carl, because, you know, there's an opportunity for the Air Force here. They've dominated the game, dominated possession, scored 2 really good goals themselves, but they would, you know, like to add more. And of course it becomes interesting if the Navy can get back into this game with a goal themselves. Suddenly it makes it, you know, more.
It's a nice move, this. Really good move, this.
Beautiful play from the Air Force. Ashley Housey Stott, and that ball cleared away eventually by the Navy defence.
Nice ball out the back into, look, Meg's on the half turn. Meg's someone that goes unnoticed in these games and goes unnoticed in our games probably, but she's a excellent tough tackling midfielder that wants to get on the ball, doesn't mind doing the dirty side of the game either, and actually enjoys just breaking up play, giving the ball to people. But a great forward pass there to break open the Navy defence.
Yeah, she's had an impressive game tonight. Definitely Megs Herbert wearing number 8 for the Air Force. In fact, all over the pitch, really, they've been very successful tonight. Here's Lucy Farrow. She takes the 1-2. Again, piles another cross in. Dealt with by Sophie Colburn, but the flag had gone up for offside on this near side. Just looking to see if there's any changes about to be made. Looks like there is going to be a change for the Navy. And coming on for them is Lily Chubb, wearing number 18. And just seeing who she is replacing. It looks like she's replacing Ellie Naylor, who has just received a yellow card. So Ellie being withdrawn, and Lily Chubb has come on. One of the new younger players in this Navy team.
Disappointing for probably for Ellie personally, but probably a sensible move from the bench if she's on the yellow down below us, you know, going against Pip.
I think there's a divided household watching this game. Actually, just May Harvey sat supporting Navy for my old friend Eilish Brogan in goal, with my RAF partner right next to me in our RAF house. Go on, Eilish. You forget actually that there's sometimes some division within the military when it comes to the players. But good to hear from you tonight, and wherever you are, we hope that you are enjoying this game here. It's certainly been the RAF's game so far. Strong challenges going in there. And the RAF can bring it clear now with Ashley Housley-Stott as she comes forward now, crossing the halfway line. Looking to push forward. Good early challenge there from Lily Chubb. Tidying the damage up. And Sophie Colburn is now with the throw. Ball run out of play. Georgia Carr.
Another multi-sports person, Georgie.
She is,
hockey,
isn't she? Yeah, great player.
RAF and UCAF hockey, RAF and UCAF football.
Looks pretty good on the CV, and also particularly good at her job as well. Flight Lieutenant, her 5th season with the team.
Actually flew back from Dublin early in December, flew back that night because she had a UCAF hockey game the next day.
Yep. The horse is such a great opportunity for young people to develop their sporting skills, which is so important when it comes to things that when they really matter. All these players out here more than prepared to do the duty that they have to do if and when the time comes, but sport's so important for them to be able to stay fit, have that team ethos, all the things that are required when push comes to shove. Lily Chubb. This is better from the Navy. Can they pick it up? But it's actually collected now by Georgia Carr, who we've just been talking about. Pippa Wilson chasing after that one. She's not going to get there. Natasha Perrin, one of the 2 Perrin sisters, on show tonight. And Pippa Wilson, ball goes out, and it's going to be a throw to the RAF.
Good from Sophie again. Look, a tough evening, isn't it? Having Pip out there and obviously dealing with Lucy through the other side, and Georgie Carr obviously through the middle. So tough evening for all 3 Navy defenders, but especially Sophie out here dealing with Pip, who, as we all know, will not stop running.
We're just past the hour mark, and we have another change this time for the Air Force with Eden Marsh coming on, and she is replacing Olivia Smart. So Eden Marsh coming on to take her place in the team. Her 3rd season with the team. Plays for Longwell Green. And a lot of these players, obviously, who are not in the starting 11, really keen to make a mark themselves. Well, it's well cleared by the Navy, but I think the flag had gone up for offside, hadn't it? So
that's good for Liv as well. Look, she's been out a long time as well with a bad knee injury. RF reservist. Shout out to the RF reserves, and a flying doctor by trade.
Amazing. Wants to be flying down the wing tonight. A real chase on then for Abby Hindman. She's got there. What can the Navy do here? Ellie Bishop. Chubb getting involved. Here's Kate Bowden. And again, a chance for Chubb here. On the edge of the box. Oh, and it's good goalkeeping. Really the first time that Jamie Lee Bamford has had to get into this game and make the save. So the Navy just threatening here, and that's good to see from their point of view. Lily Chubb, the substitute, has come on. She's made an impact already. So nearly had the chance there, but it was well smothered by Jamie Lee Bamford. And that is a corner.
Just slightly too wide of the goal, wasn't it? It was a tight angle. Great through ball by Kate Bowden on the half turn on the edge of the box. But it's moments like that that the Navy have just got to try and create, 1 or 2. But they've really got to then take their moment. Obviously, when they do, it's when they do come forward with the ball, it's either got to stay in this Air Force half, hasn't it, or foul probably, because what they can't then afford is obviously an Air Force counter-attack with the speed and pace and aggression that they have.
Well, opportunity for them then with this corner, their second of the game. Sophie Perrin is going to take it. from this near side. Floats it in. On the end of it is Olivia Trujillo, who's come on as well, the second Navy substitute. Now, chance for the RAF to break. The danger that you've just been talking about, Carl, on that far side with the Eden Marsh. Herbert across to Howie. It's cut out though by the Navy, and again, this impressive young player Lily Chubb who's come on. That's a foul, and that's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Pippa Wilson. Just for that challenge. It looks a bit of a cynical one. She takes a yellow. And she's been on the ender quite a lot tonight, so it's a bit of an irony that she's taken a yellow card for that.
It is, yeah, a bit of a silly one from Pip. I know it was a counter, but I don't think they were going to threaten. You know, they had numbers back. That's what I mean. She didn't need to maybe do that, so a costly yellow to pick up.
Certainly been better from the Royal Navy in the second half. They've kept the Air Force at bay. The Air Force haven't had a clear-cut chance that I can remember in this second half. They've had the best chance so far, and they'll be heartened by that. Certainly the changes that Ben Prince Hall has made to give the Navy a chance.
And talking of clubs being represented, obviously Liv going off there. I know she is literally only just weeks back into being on the pitch for Leeds United, which obviously Kempe being online possibly will be proud to know a service person representing in the all-white.
Yeah, her beloved Leeds United. Dicing with the relegation zone at the moment. They're just above it, aren't they? But, and what a performance from Wolves last night. I'm sure Bakker would have been delighted with the way the Wolves actually snatched another win.
Not against his own team, maybe.
Well, mixed loyalties, I reckon. But against Liverpool last night. But you've got to hand it to Wolves. They're making a bit of a fist of it. They had such a terrible season.
Here's a chance. Again, look, the Navy now, they've got to either create or keep it in here. You've got to... You can't allow that transition, that turnover.
That ball was just a little bit loose there, wasn't it? And but once again, really impressed with Lily Chubb, who's come on. She's all over the place, made a real impact on this game. Important interception there from the Navy. Now, what can the senior service do here? Just holding on to it. Oh, that didn't get through in the end, but Bavister has it. Couldn't control it, could Robin McFadden. And now the RAF can bring it clear with Eden Marsh. Damage cleared up by Sophie Perrin on that right-hand side.
Because of how hard physically obviously the Navy have worked, probably without the ball. You see then that the front two or three then get into nearly the final third of the Air Forces, but the supporting players don't have, it looks like, the legs or the physicality to make runs beyond the defensive line to break lines with their runs, and that's then the problem, isn't it? You've worked so hard without the ball, the energy to go forward is lacking as well.
Well, Ashley Housley-Stott is down at the moment. She'll just need to receive a bit of attention. Well, we've got 20 minutes left in this match tonight. This opening game in the Inter-Services Women's Championship for 2026. The Royal Air Force have this 2-0 lead. Goals given to them by Abby Hayes and Ashley Housley-Stott in the first half. And they haven't added to the score in the second so far. And the Navy have looked much more comfortable, to be fair, I think, in this second half of the game. But still time for things to change, and still time for either team to score. Remember, there's no games next week in the Inter-Services Championship. We'll be resuming again the week after with the Army and RAF men in action at Aldershot in a week on Tuesday, and then 2 weeks today it'll be return of the Army and RAF women. And unfortunately, the Ashley Housley start having to leave the field. She's had a really good game, and of course she scored that really important second goal for the RAF right at the end of the first half. So she's replaced now by number 15, Alex Oliver. And just having taken that knock there, it looks like another change being made for the Air Force as well. Coming off them is Erin Wilson, number 6. And just looking to see who's going to be replacing her.
No one ready.
Well, I think I know who's going to be coming on. It's going to be Shona Jenkins, it looks like to me. Fairly recognisable Shona coming on, who could just be able to spark things up for the RAF in the second half. So 3 changes now made for the Air Force. Shona Jenkins, she scored
not a bad
some
sub to have, is it?
Absolutely. I still remember those goals that she scored against the Dutch in that President's Cup game back in Holland last year. Carl, she was absolutely all over the place, wasn't she? All over the pitch.
And most pleasing on that day, she then went on to score the winning penalty, didn't she? Obviously missing one at Havant and Waterlooville the year we did lose it a couple of years before that. So it was a really nice moment for her.
Don't remind her of that. So here we go then, back in action then in this second half. The wind just getting up a little bit here at the LNER. But,
I think they've done a straight change. So Erin was one of the 2 pivots that the Air Force were playing. Shona looks like she's gone into that position. Maybe I thought maybe Bees might move forward into that and Shona go, but they've put Shona in there, which is again she'll be more than comfortable in that position with her ability as well.
And here is Alex Oliver getting an early touch. And Shona Jenkins getting straight into the action. Jamie Lee Bamford has just had 1 save to make in this second half. And that was a crucial save to deny Lily Chubb a chance of the Navy getting a goal.
Again, when we're talking about levels and what we're representing, John, in terms of players out there, Shona, let's respect and understand what she's doing at the moment. She's Oxford United, Tier 3, 1 step away from full-time football. Just played in the Women's FA Cup 5th or 6th round, I think it was, against Cholton, narrowly losing 1-0 very late on in the game with 15 minutes to go. Playing the highest level in civilian football out of anyone in the military.
Well, it's a great move from the Air Force there. And this was Megan Herbert, who drove through about 3 or 4 players. There's a bit of a melee of players. She took a late tackle there, just on the edge of the box. Managed to get the ball through. Lucy Farrow unable to connect with it. And there's another player, and she's certainly looks to be in a little bit of distress inside the penalty area there. There's also one of the Navy players down at the moment as well, who I think made one of the challenges. Just trying to see who that is. From it looks like Nat Bavister actually, who is down as well. No, it's not Nat. Yes, it was Nat Bavister. No, it isn't. It's not Bavister who's down. It's just trying to see.
I think it might be May.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's May Wan who's down. But this doesn't look too good at the moment for Megan Herbert. It was a great bit of work from her. She beat off 3 or 4 challenges before going down, and looks like she's having some attention to her left ankle or her left knee. It's just being manipulated a bit at the moment. We hope she's going to be okay. So there's a bit of a break in play now. Still receiving some attention, so she may have to be replaced. She's moving a bit better now, hopefully, and taking some water in. So that's always a good sign, isn't it, when a player actually does take some sustenance.
It'll take a lot to keep her down, John, and
yeah,
it'll take a lot more to make her come off, that's for sure.
Well, she's up onto her feet, which is good. She will obviously have to lead the field for that mandatory 30 seconds. But, just touching hands there with Pippa Wilson, so that's good to see. Looks like she's going back onto the pitch, so the clearance happens, and the Navy player who was down was Tash Perrin, by the way. It's good to see that she's back on her feet as well. Oh, here's Neve Howie. Look very comfortable at the back. The two central defenders there, with Kat Beaver and Neve Howie, very comfortable tonight. Hardly given anything away for the Navy to work from. Just that one chance they've had, which could have got them an all-important goal to get them back into this game. The Navy still giving it 100%.
Yeah, good link-up play there by Abby Hyman.
And here's Nat Bavister on this left-hand side. Gets a really good cross in, and the header is in the back of the net, and that is such a great goal for the RAF. Robin McFadden has got it. Well, this is terrific stuff. What a cross that was. We said it, a goal at this stage will give the Navy all sorts of confidence, and they are back in this game at 2-1.
It's a great link-up play by Abby Hyman, literally right down below us there. From the throw-in, she sets it back, a great ball through. Bav's doing what Bavs does and breaks lines and wants to get down wide out in the channel. Always guarantee a good delivery from her as well, and a great header, to be fair, by Robin McFadden.
Well, it was a great goal, and that's such an important goal for the Royal Navy. Their first goal that they've scored against the RAF since 2019. My goodness me.
Again, yeah, great delivery by Bav. Again, right or left, Bavs is a very, very competent delivery. We know that. Jamie Lee Bamford will be possibly disappointed as well, but
she was just off her line. It obviously went right over her. So the Navy are back in this at 2-1.
As we said, it's that scoreline. Macca's haunted us 2-0. It gives them a chance, doesn't it? Now suddenly it's 12 minutes of you've gone from complete control, like the Army did here last year. You've gone from complete control to now your head potentially is all over the place. However, that's when the service training kicks in as well, and suddenly you do have to be composed and controlled and be confident of your ability, doesn't it, and manage this game now.
Well, it's a sort of a goal that the game needed. It's really brought it to life. We have another injury at the moment for the Navy, and certainly the changes that Ben Prince-Hall has made have made a huge difference to this Navy team in the second half. Been well impressed with Lily Chubb, who came on, and also Olivia Trahella has come on as well. She's done really well too.
They have, yeah. That's what you ask of people, isn't it? There's always disappointment. These games are they mean so much to the service players. They mean so much to everyone, and no one likes to not start the game. You know that. Every time the international fixtures, the service fixtures, but then all you can ask of them is, come be around the group first of all, be there for your mates as we should, and then if and when asked, come and make an impact, come and make an effect on the game.
Well, for those of you watching tonight who are not in the military, it's difficult to explain how important this is, but inter-services football it's like local derbies, I guess, in the Football League or in the Premier League or whatever. These games are massively important to them, because bragging rights, exist within the military, that service rivalry. And the RAF pressing again, looking for an opportunity. The shot from Georgia Carr there is blocked, and so it will be only the second corner of this second half to the RAF.
Yeah, they'll definitely want to try and make this count now, won't they, to actually put the game to bed. But yeah, they haven't threatened as much, have they? There's been a couple of instances where Irish claimed early on in the second half, but apart from that, they probably haven't threatened as much as they would have wanted to be fair.
Corner comes in, it'll be headed clear by Lily Chubb again, who's all over the place, and that's a really good challenge from her again.
Another chance, here's a break.
Can the Navy do something from this? That's a strong challenge from Abby Hindman there, and she's won the throw for the Navy.
Don't rush in these moments now.
7.5 minutes to go.
I think they've rushed that. I think.
Yeah, they didn't need to.
No.
They've still got 7.5. There's going to be a fair amount of stoppage time as well for the injuries, but not the RAF not panicking surely, but they have given a rather soft throwaway. And there's going to be another change here, I think, being made by the Navy, and the player just preparing to come on for them is just trying to see who it is. Looks like Tyler Sibbons, who is
I don't know, but the goal scorer Robin McFadden is coming off, which is interesting.
So Robin McFadden is off. Tyler Sibbons has come on. Straight into the game, but it was a foul throw. So a bit of an opportunity wasted there by the Navy. And all credit to the Royal Navy for their second half performance here. This is nice stuff from the RAF here.
Great run by Abby, this.
Beautiful run, but well cut out by Sophie Colburn again, who's had a really good match for the Navy. Shown all that passion. Did get her a yellow card, but she's so really marshalling that defence. The commentator's curse, ball slips through her. Lily Chubb will clear that away, and she will win the throw. So just 5 minutes of normal time left. Can the Navy pull this back to 2-2? Can the RAF extend their lead to 3-1? It's the sort of last bit of a game that we look forward to when we're total neutrals. Anthony Waller says, Mackie, go, go, go. Go, go, girl, go, she says. And Anthony Walters says, come on, Navy, one more. So a lot of support for the Royal Navy out there tonight, as I'm sure there is for the RAF as well. That's a lovely ball from Georgia Carr, but well cut out by Sophie Perrin. And here's Shauna Jenkins.
And Georgia's stayed down on there.
She has.
Over the far side.
Yeah, that's not good news for the Air Force either.
The Navy being called in just for maybe the last roll of the dice commands to what's the plan for the last 5 minutes. Still bemused by Robin coming off, to be honest, but there must be a method behind the madness or finer detail that we don't know, but
unless she's
after
picked
she
up
had
an
just
injury
scored,
that we hadn't, maybe she picked up a knock that we didn't know about. But the RAF still have a player down. Assistant referee on that far side, Luke Watson, is just having a quick word with the with his referee, with Broxlinger.
They've had their instruction from Ben down below us, and back onto, again, just try and create something for the last 4 minutes plus whatever the referee decides to add.
The referee did stop play, so it is a drop down ball for the Air Force to resume play here. Enjoyable inter-services game here. Great fight back from the Navy. And Tyler Sibbons getting stuck in. And here's one of the RAF substitutions, Alex Oliver. Full-blooded challenge from Ellie Bishop there. She's felt that right on her shin, and she stayed down too, but play does go on. Strong challenge coming in then from Sophie Colburn, and it will go out for a corner, but it's disappointing to see a Navy player down once more. She just took one on the shin there. It was the challenge that she made, and you could tell she really felt it.
Yeah, you could see straight away, couldn't you? I thought it was a ball first of all. I thought it was the power of the pass that bent back a bit. But again, Ellie Bishop's been with us obviously over the years, and good, like I say earlier, great to see her back in the Navy setup, and good character around the group. And again, impactful when we played Everton many years ago. Everton Academy at the Remembrance game came on, and
do you know, I was looking at
impact.
that. I was watching that just a couple of days ago.
The free kick that very much annoyed Everton Academy.
It did, yeah, because I was looking at the highlights just a couple of days ago, just for some records, and it looked like the play had been stopped, and it was almost like she was kicking the ball back, but in fact, she did just that, but the goalkeeper failed to. I think to respond to that, and Ali just nipped in there to score,
did,
yeah. Which of course won the game for UCAF, didn't it?
It did, yeah. She's still down, Bish. Again, like Meg Herbert earlier, another tough character that doesn't stay down if not needed.
I think it's her ankle that's taken a bit of a pounding there, and she is getting up now, which is good.
Thumbs up from the therapist.
So it looks like she's going to be okay, which is good. So an RAF corner kick on that far side of the pitch from our camera position here, high up in the main stand at the LNER Stadium. It's going to be taken by Eden Marsh. Comes in, the header, and opportunity for the RAF to finish it off. No, and they have got it now, and it's Kat Beaver who's got it. Well, the ball floating about all over the place, but
offside, John.
No, offside. It's been disallowed. Well, I think Kat thought that she'd got that winning goal there, the goal to seal it, but there was an offside flag went up, so it's been disallowed, and it remains 2-1. Well, difficult to see, you know, from the angle that we were watching, but the flag went up immediately. So Kat's goal disallowed.
Must have been from the initial phase there, or.
And look how quickly the Navy just ran to see if they can get something out of this. Slip over there from Sophie Perrin taking that free kick, and that again has given the RAF an opportunity. It's out of play. Are they just going to game manage this now?
Yeah, then they wait to see what's added. I can't see the fourth official movement at the moment, but again, the Navy have got to just be controlled and composed in these moments. Just again, you've just got to create one chance, haven't you?
Yeah, I haven't seen the board go up for how much stoppage time we have, so you'll just have to trust us to guide you through these last few moments of the game. We are into that added time. This time the RAF have the throw. But what a spirited fight back from the Navy this has been in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. It's not easy, but you can't hide, can you, how effective and dominant this Air Force team have been the last few years. And so to be 2 down at half time, you could sit there and feel sorry for yourselves, couldn't you? But they definitely haven't. They've come out and rode a couple of early storms, but they've definitely got back in and caused a couple of problems, and probably deserved a goal the second half, to be fair to them.
Well, it'll give them a lot of hope for the rest of this tournament. But here's Alex Oliver, lays it out to the path of Lucy Farrow, and Lucy taking on the defence, gets the cross in, comes back to Shona Jenkins, and well, that would have been a really good penalty goal in rugby union.
She will be disappointed with that.
I thought that if there's one person you want that ball to come to in that situation, it's Shona Jenkins, but not able to on this occasion to finish it off. So
not quite hit the cathedral, but number 24 in the road outside.
Exactly, yeah, just outside Sinsel Bank, which of course runs parallel to the stand opposite us, the big Lincoln City stand, the GBM stand on the far side. That's Sinsel Bank on that far side from there. This stadium has changed so much over the last few years, and I think, you know, given the chances of them making it into the championship, there could be even more changes happening at this particular football club, who not so long ago, of course, were languishing in the non-league. And what a recovery they've made.
Yeah, and what a venue it is, what a city it is, but also what an occasion. Again, it gives, you know, all service footballers, male, female. Last night Shrewsbury Town, tonight Lincoln City.
Yep.
Here goes Abby Hayes again, marauding forward
into the box. Well,
not where the Navy want the ball to be at this moment.
No, it wasn't, and Pippa Wilson just wasn't able to get into position to have a pop at goal.
So that's something we're, you know, just to finish off there, something we're very grateful for. You know, the stadiums that we get to play in and the venues. Not next week, the week after, we'll be going to Aldershot Town and Bracknell Town, and then obviously the week after, Fratton Park and Havant and Waterloo. Like, you know, it's amazing opportunities for service players.
Well, the shot came in there from Aidan Marsh, just going wide. Strong end to this game for the RAF, which is what they will have wanted, of course. But we are now nearly 5 minutes into stoppage time. Referee Broxlinger showing no signs of looking at his watch just yet. We have had quite a few stoppages in this second half. So the Navy will keep trying, they'll keep going. But both of these teams looking a bit tired out there. It was good work from them here. Now, what can they do? Control there from Abby Hindman. Navy throw.
Very much last chance.
Yeah, last chance saloon now for the Navy. But the
Lucy
RAF
Farrow.
have a chance. Lucy Farrow takes a shot, and it's wide. Well, you have to say that the RAF have had the chances in the last few minutes to put this game to bed, haven't they?
That's 3 good chances plus Bees' disallowed goal, literally in the last 3-4 minutes of stoppage time.
And that's really because, of course, the Navy have been pushing forward. They've been, you know, pressing for this equaliser. They've obviously left themselves a bit vulnerable to the break. Lucy Farrow still going. Great work from her. Shona Jenkins. Just out of play now.
Navy staff on the pitch retrieving the ball to hurry things up.
The RF, of course, in no hurry whatsoever to...
He'd have taken the throw-in for them if he could.
Yeah, as long as it went to a Navy player. Sophie Colburn clears it. Just trying to get some good possession, either team, just to get some composure on the ball. But
you can see they're sapped of energy, the Navy, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think put a hell of a lot into this.
Yeah, they have. And that comes really from that first half where they had so much time when they were defending and not having possession themselves. It's a huge amount of credit to them for coming back the way they have in the second half. Not letting the RAF put this one out of sight. And that goal to get them back into the game from Robin McFadden has certainly given them hope, and will give Royal Navy football, women's football, some hope. Cat Beaver picks it up. We're now into the 7.5 minutes of stoppage time here. Nearly 8 minutes played, and a lot of stoppages in this second half, which would account for it, and of course all the substitutions that we've seen. Now, cross comes in from the right there from Lucy Farrow. Navy clear it, but strong finish here from the Air Force.
Just won't stick when it goes forward for the Navy at the moment, will it? The Air Force are keeping a good structure back here with Neve, Bees, Megan, Shauna. They're winning all the balls that the Navy try and clear and create something, and it's just coming straight back at them at the moment.
Lucy Farrow still working so hard on that right-hand side. The Navy do bring it clear. Only as far then as Alex Oliver gets the cross in. Good defending as well. There claims for handball. Waved away by the referee, but they will get a corner. And this must surely be one of the last kicks of the game here.
Referee's enjoying himself.
We've been saying that for such a long time.
He's enjoying himself out there. It's a corner.
It is a corner kick.
Abby Hayes of another new recruit of Wycombe Wanderers, actually, where Bees is playing. Abby's just gone to Wycombe as well. So another shot on goal, and another block by Sophie Perrin, by the way.
Yeah, Sophie's had a great game tonight. The Royal Navy defence has been very good.
Yeah.
Obviously, they conceded the 2 goals in the first half, but they have defended so well tonight to keep the RF at bay. And this time, this is game management now from the Air Force. They will win the throw. And trotting over to take it is Georgia Carr. Oh, actually, no, it looks like it's going to be Abby Hayes who's going to come over and take the throw in. We are now
98 minutes played.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a bit longer than that. That clock started a little bit later. We're into the 10th minute of stoppage time now. So we're getting full value for money here. And that is indeed the last kick of the game. And the RAF have got over the line here with a 2-1 victory over the Royal Navy in what's been a really competitive match. And at one stage we were suggesting it might not be quite so competitive, Carl, but let's give a huge amount of credit to both teams tonight who have really given us a terrific game of inter-services women's football. And congratulations to the RAF, they keep that unbeaten record going. And also congratulations to the Navy for making it a really competitive game, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, a good competitive game. A little bit about the trophy tonight, the Lindsay Miller Trophy. Something that means a lot to quite a few girls out there who are friends of Lindsay Miller, whose family are actually downstairs as special guests tonight. So a nice evening for them to witness an Air Force win, I'm sure, and a trophy that it does definitely motivate the Air Force players in this game to retain that trophy every time they play.
And it is the 10th anniversary of Lindsay's death this year. She died in 2016. She died from cancer, didn't she, in January of 2016. And as you say, her family are here tonight to present the Lindsay Miller Trophy. And I mentioned this at half time, actually, before you came back to join us, Carl, but I think it's really important, isn't it, that all these individual games have a trophy at stake rather than just, you know, obviously this is the first game of the inter-services, so obviously the inter-services trophy is the one that really matters to everybody, but to have a trophy to play for each individual match, very important.
Yeah, it is, and like you say, this one has a very pertinent personal meaning to past and present Air Force players. But go back to the Navy, look, great second half from them. Like you say, to be in 2-0 down at half time isn't easy. That in a venue that 2 years in a row now, Air Force are, you know, slowly making it their home, the women's team. So not easy for them to come back. Great character, create a good couple of chances. There was a good save by Jamie Lee Bamford as well from I think Robin, I think it was, or Abby.
It was Lily Chubb.
Lily, who again, all Navy players had a great effect on the game. So they'll probably feel after the second half that they maybe could have. They will probably feel they could have got a draw out of it. The Air Force will probably tell you different downstairs afterwards. I think the front three will probably say they've underperformed tonight from the Air Force. They'll be disappointed not to score a goal between the three of them. But what it does do is set up a great event in 2 weeks' time at Bracknell Town, Army women versus RAF women.
And of course the RAF could retain the title if they were to beat the Army, but the Army have been resurgent over the last couple of seasons. They're looking much stronger than they had for a while. Everyone just admiring that trophy down there at the moment, the Lindsay Miller Trophy. And she was known as Big Bird, wasn't she, was Lindsay, because she was so tall. And I know, talking to Rachel Howes earlier on, means a lot to her, because obviously Rachel and Lindsay both worked in survival equipment in the Royal Air Force, and so that's really this trophy means an awful lot, as you say. It will mean a lot to the Navy, of course, as well, to have won it, wouldn't it, tonight?
Yeah, and that's you say about every trophy, and that's why it's important, isn't it? So, A, does it have personal meaning, which it does in this instance, but B, it's a trophy that you may not win the inter-service trophy overall, but there's a trophy to be held aloft, isn't there? And if the Navy had a won tonight, then Nat Barrister truly deserves again to get her hands on a trophy. So again, that's why it's important. Every game you're playing for a trophy to lift.
Well, we've heard from Alex Perrin tonight saying, well done Navy, great to see my two sisters playing together and defending so well. I think they've made a massive impact tonight on the senior service team, and I know that Ben Prince Hall will be delighted with the way that his players have come through tonight. They might have lost the game, they won the second half, you could say.
Yeah, and look, the family there, I've seen a few comments there online tonight, like, we need to look into this. Someone needs to look into this. Has brothers or sisters ever played together? And there must be one out there, but I certainly don't know myself.
We will endeavour to find out.
What an occasion for the family to serve together. I've known of that. You know, people serve together, but to play on the same pitch together, amazing.
It certainly is. Well, just waiting for this presentation. We will stay for the presentation of the Lindsay Miller Trophy, if that's okay. Just for a few more minutes here, our live broadcast tonight from Lincoln, and I think it's really important that we see this trophy presented. Obviously, the main people there, Group Captain John Smith and Captain John Gordon, the respective chairs of the Royal Air Force and Royal Navy Football Associations. They'll be standing by on that pitch as well, along with family members as well. So here we go then for the presentation. And so the officials then come up to receive their match awards tonight. All the officials, of course, in the last 2 days have come from the British Army officiating tonight. Brotts had to produce the yellow card 3 times this evening.
And now the presentation of the trophy. This is the Lindsay Miller Trophy presented by Lindsay's father Vince, and the Lindsay Miller Trophy winners
So it's Lindsay Miller's father presenting the trophy very proudly, I'm sure, to Cat Beaver, the RAF captain.
Again, as you say, a few teammates out there of Big Bird, let's say.
Yeah, she lifts that trophy proudly. So the RAF have got their inter-services campaign underway here with a 2-1 victory over the Royal Navy. Carl, thanks ever so much for your company this evening. It's been a great pleasure to have you alongside tonight, and we're obviously looking forward to the next 2 rounds of the championship. As round of applause all round. Carl, thanks for your time tonight.
No problem. See you
Really
in 2
good
weeks.
to see you. And from all of us here at the LNER Stadium, it's, well, congratulations to the RAF on their 2-1 victory tonight. And also congratulations to the Royal Navy women for making this a terrific game of inter-services football. From me, John Knighton, and the rest of the team here, it's a very good night.
Right across the box, there's a big chance.
Great play by the Navy there, fantastic football.
And it's a goal! The Army have an all-important second goal.
Full time in this match, thrilling stuff, especially in the second half.
One game plan, and it's paid off.